Hello and welcome into Covfeed. My name is Joseph Banks and this is today's programme. A vigil to remember the 2 women murdered every week by men. 400 runners take to the streets to raise money for mental health services in the annual Birmingham Mental Health Run.
I'm really proud. Me and my friend Regan did it under 50 minutes, the whole 3 laps.
Our special farm is providing a safe space for neurodivergent people to spend time with their family. First tonight, a memorial took place in the heart of Coventry over the weekend to commemorate the lives of 97 women who were killed by men in the UK in the past 12 months. I went along to the vigil to find out more.
Nina Chima, Catherine Perkins, Margaret McGowan.
Each pair of shoes you see here represent a woman killed in the UK over the past 12 months. There is 97 this year, in 2024 it was 92. This vigil, organised by the Coventry Counted Woman campaign, was placed in the city centre on Saturday to raise awareness of the number of women murdered by men, often ones close to them, and promote charities and support groups for women in abusive relationships or who otherwise fear for their safety. Tracy Camden is the brains behind the piece and has hosted it for the past 5 years.
We have it in November, around the 25th of November, because that's the International Day for the Elimination of Violence Against Women and Girls. So this is the first Saturday after. This year, the 2024, we know there's at least 97 women been killed in the UK by violent men.
I also spoke to participants and passersby about their thoughts on the exhibit. However, no man asked felt comfortable speaking about this topic.
Yeah, I mean, it's horrendous, and that is 2 women a week too many. And I think it's scary, actually. And I heard another statistic actually just last week that said a mother is more likely to be murdered by her son than by a stranger, and that really hit me hard because I'm a mother of 2 sons, and I was thinking to myself, so I've actually got more chance of being killed by my sons, than anyone else in the whole world.
The ripple effect of these often brutal deaths reaches far and wide, leaving wounds that may never fully heal. I believe everyone deserves to live without fear. And until that day comes, we will continue to gather, to remember and to demand change.
And as the sun sets, these 97 pairs of shoes will be packed away, but the reality they represent remains. With numbers rising from last year, the Coventry County campaign says their work is far from over. Their hope is that next November, they will have fewer pairs of shoes to lay out on these stones. From Covfeed, this is Joseph Banks, signing off. For families with neurodiverse children, finding somewhere where they can comfortably spend their leisure time can be difficult. But one farm in Warwickshire is designed especially for those with neurodiverse needs. Sam Crawley's been along to take a look.
Spencer's Retreat is a 6-acre care farm run by the Langsdale Trust in Warwickshire. Home to more than 40 animals, it's designed to give parents of children with special needs a quiet, private space, a calm alternate for those who may struggle in busy and crowded environments. Treasurer Lucy Warrender has told us just how much of an impact places like this can have.
Well, we started the farm because there's so many families out there that have children with neurodiversity, and there's a lot of places that they can't go because they're too busy and too noisy and too overwhelming. So here at the farm, first of all, we have our animals that the children can meet and feed. We also have indoor areas such as our events barn, our stables day room with soft play, and a sensory garden as well.
The retreat also includes a state-of-the-art sensory room, funded by a £7,000 donation from Severn Trent and created with support from Jaguar Land Rover, whose team helped paint, panel and design the space. The room has been especially helpful for one volunteer, Troy, who's relied on Spencer's Retreat for support during his ongoing struggles with autism.
I come here once every Friday to volunteer. It's important because it helps people like me in order to be able to work with animals and to be able to learn how to work in a workplace with disabilities I have. It's helped me gain experience of working with animals for when I eventually do get a job. And it also helps me actually get out of house once a week in order to actually do something which I love to do.
The retreat aims to accommodate people who need a quieter environment. Much like Troy, Trustee Steve tells us more.
Children that we look after, they need to have a quieter environment. They don't need to have lots of noise around them and lots of unfamiliar faces. And when Spencer's Retreat was set up about 6 years ago, that's when the original people realised that there were a lot of families that needed that additional support. We get loads of families coming back again, and we get lots of people coming to us on recommendation.
Spencer's proves it's more than just any other retreat. It's a care farm where the care truly comes first.
It's been confirmed that a blaze in Hong Kong has seen at least 146 people killed, the city's deadliest fire in more than 75 years. Thousands have been forced from their homes in Tai Po, with emergency shelters now at capacity. Authorities have launched the $1 billion relief fund, while vigils across the city honour victims, including foreign workers and one firefighter. Investigators say the blaze began in scaffolding before racing through the towers, leaving Hong Kong united in grief and resilience. Today marks World AIDS Day, observed globally under the theme My Health, My Right. The campaign highlights the urgent need for equitable access to HIV prevention, treatment and care, especially in communities still facing stigma and inequality. With more than 39 million people living worldwide with the virus, health leaders are calling for renewed commitment to end the epidemic. Events are being held across continents, from awareness marches to free testing drives, reminding the world that the fight against HIV is far from over. Several Japanese music events in Shanghai were abruptly cancelled, including hit anime One Piece, as Maki Otsuki was heckled off stage, with some calling the moves rude and extreme. Over the weekend, pop star Yumi Hamasaki performed to an empty 14,000-seat stadium after organisers axed her concert in Shanghai. Coventry City have won their last 5 games in a row after beating Charlton 3-1 at the weekend. The Sky Blues keep on breaking records as they have scored 50 goals in 18 games. Top scorer Brandon Thomas Asante has picked up an injury and will miss up to 6 weeks of play. Let's see if Coventry City can continue to score without their star player. As the holiday season arrives, there's advice from a local campaigner for people to take extra care of their pets around loud noises. Lost and Found have a Facebook page on social media for local people to share their stories of missing pets. Rachel from Lost and Found told Covfeed why fireworks are such a problem at this time of year.
It's also really dangerous for pets because people forget the fireworks are getting louder and louder at the moment, and people seem to forget that animals have such stronger hearing than we do. So if we struggle to hear, imagine what they're feeling. And also that with the fireworks, the debris that comes down is dangerous for wild animals.
Christmas is fast approaching, and so is the demand for support services across Coventry. The Salvation Army is one charity that provides help for local families through donations of Christmas presents for children. It says more and more people are using their services. Libby Stoverson has the latest.
The Salvation Army is preparing for its annual Christmas gift appeal. The organisation has been part of the city for generations, helping families across Coventry. It runs community programmes, church activities and practical support services throughout the year, but Christmas is a particularly busy time for them. Last year, the Salvation Army in Coventry provided Christmas presents for 1,700 children, who might otherwise have woken up to nothing on Christmas morning. The charity says that the budgets this year are even tighter, and they aim to spread a bit of Christmas joy that might otherwise be missing.
But you just know it makes a difference. Kind of some of the workers have said, you know, it's amazing. It's just really kind of made Christmas for families who have little or nothing. That's the criteria we're looking for, really helping those that have very little in the first place.
This year, there are already 450 children on the list, with 2 weeks still to go before the deadline for donations on the 15th of December.
So we collect all gifts, right from babies up to teenagers. So we work for 0 to 18. So the older children, adults, we tend to do gift vouchers or smellies, things like that. Younger ones, obviously, baby stuff. In the middle, we have games. Dolls always go down well for some of the youngsters as well. So a whole range of items.
The Salvation Army aims to help those families who have little or nothing, making sure every child has a Christmas to remember. Libby Doverston, Covfeed.
And I think we can all appreciate the work charities like the Salvation Army are doing, especially for children around Christmas when they need gifts the most. And now, moving on to a monumental day for Birmingham Mind with their annual mental health run, which, in fairness, is a great name. Gathering over 400 runners, as well as our four-legged friends getting involved too, our reporter George Cooper went down yesterday to check out the festive fun.
Cannon Hill Park was full of festive colour yesterday as Birmingham Mind held its annual mental health run. This year's event was record-breaking, raising just shy of £7,000, the biggest turnout since the run began.
But the important thing is, yeah, we're going to enjoy ourselves, we're going to run, and that's good for our physical health, but actually we're raising money for the work of Birmingham Mind, and some of that work just needs these charitable funds. Yes, we get a lot of statutory funding from City Council, the Health Service, but what's raised today will help us to do some of the things which are over and above those services, and we're just delighted that so many people from different walks of life, people associated with us, people living in our communities, have decided to take part today, either as runners or as sponsors of runners, and we're looking forward to a happy and fun-filled occasion in aid of a good cause as well.
Families, friends and local businesses joined the 5k and 1.5k routes, many dressed in elf hats and Christmas jumpers, all to raise awareness and funds for mental health. All money raised will go directly into Birmingham Mind services, which supported more than 25,000 people last year.
It's a couple of years back we lost our dad to suicide, and then in the past couple of years we've been looking to do different challenges, cycles, swims, runs, etc. to help raise awareness for mental health and to help the community of Birmingham. And so things like this, where people come together, do a little walk, run, etc. and raise awareness, raise money, it helps massively.
The atmosphere was described as joyful and supportive, with medals, goodie bags and plenty of festive cheer at the finish line. Organisers say the record turnout shows how strongly the city is rallying behind mental health, especially at this time of year when demand for support often rises. The mental health run proved to be more than just an exercise. It was a celebration of community, awareness and festive fun.
And today is the start of December, so I better see those elf on the shelves ready. We all have our own little festive traditions to go through. You've got your elf on the shelf, mine is called Jerick. Don't ask why, it's a long story. And then we've also got advent calendars. So whenever you can, please tell us what your favourite advent calendar is. What do you go for? Do you go for Thornton's, Kinder, Cadbury, Pokemon advent calendars? Do whatever you want, it's fun. And recently, in the end of the month as well, we'll have Stranger Things Season 5's finale. It's released in the past week for the first 4 episodes and has seen glowing reviews. Season 5 will end on December 25th, on Christmas Day, and is expected to hit breaking records of numbers of viewers. People really enjoyed, I don't waffle, waffle, truffle, truffle. But I'm hoping that you'll catch up soon because it's been great so far. As we know from the first 4 seasons, people have been excited to know what will happen in Hawkins Laboratory next, after Elle, or 11, was saved from Hawkins Laboratory and has used her psychic powers to save as many people as possible. Interestingly enough, we've got Vecna now coming back into the real world for the first time ever, and he's going to be a big threat throughout the season. We've seen the return of Max and way more characters introduced this season. And again, that's all for us at Covfeed. Check out our socials for more information on any of our stories, including the waffle, and see you next time. Happy holidays.